Hello students, in this lecture we will see how to handle the HTML forms with PHP. Generally we use two separate scripts for handling the HTML forms. The one script is used that displayed the form and another script that received and processed the form's data. Till now we have seen such examples like we create an HTML file by using the plain HTML and then we create another script by using the PHP in order to receive and process the form data. There is certainly nothing wrong with this method, but there are advantages of having the entire process in one script. So instead of using the two different scripts for two different purposes, if we incorporate them into a single script, then obviously it will have some advantage. Now to make a page or to make a script both to display and handle the form, we can use the conditional. That is, if we can check if the form has been submitted, then we write the script to handle the form. Otherwise, if form is not being submitted, then we write the script that will display the form. To determine if the form has been submitted, we can check whether any form variable is being set. To determine. So for that we use the function eachSet and we will check the $_post array with the value of something. If that form is being submitted, then this $_post array will be pop up with the form values. So we are just checking, is there any setting, is it set with some value. So if in bracket is set in bracket $_post something. However, if the user has submitted the form without completing it, there can be a case that user can submit the form without the completing. He has not entered any values or he has not entered any data in particular elements. Then that variable may not be set in $_post array. For this and other reasons, we include the hidden input in forms that we can check for. So the solution to this problem is that we can include the hidden input tag in our forms that we can check for. So what is a hidden form? How to write it? So input type is equal to hidden and name is equal to submitted and value is equal to true. Again, the only purpose of this hidden input is to reliably indicate that the form is being submitted. This is just to check whether the HTML form is being submitted or not. To check for that, the handling PHP code will use this conditional again, right? So the name of the input type is a hidden, so its name is being referenced in the $_post in order to check whether the user has submitted the form or not. So we can achieve the handling of HTML form and the processing of the data within a single script instead of using the two different scripts. Then we will see how to send the emails in PHP. Sending the emails using the PHP is very simple and it requires only the mail function. There is one inbuilt function provided by PHP, that is mail, which is being used to send the email. Now this mail function uses the server's email application. Such as if we use the Unix operating system, then it will use the send mail on Unix, or it can use the SMTP, that is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol server, to send out the message. Normally, whenever an email is sent, the email is sent by using the SMTP protocol, that is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. So the mail function also uses either the SMTP protocol or the send mail if we are using the Unix system to send out the email message. Now the basic usage of this function is like the mail function, and in bracket there are 3 parameters. There are some other optional parameters are also available, but these are the 3 parameters that we require in order to send the email. The first is a to whom to send the email. Then the second parameter or the second argument is the subject of your email, and the third argument is the body of the argument, that is the main message of your email. The first argument is the email address, obviously, to the address separated by the commas to which the email should be sent. The second argument establishes the message subject line, the subject of your mail, as like we do. It is a normal practice while sending the email. And the third argument creates the message content. The detailed message will be in the third argument. Now this function can take another argument through which you can add more details. That is, we can use the additional header to the email, including a from address, then the email priority, and the carbon copy address. Whenever we write, we can send the CC and BCC mails. So the same carbon copy feature can be used in the mail function. So the mail function, the first parameter is obviously the email ID to whom the message is being sent. Second is the subject line, that is the test mail. Third is message content. Third is the message content, that this is the test email. Then we can mention the from address, the fourth parameter, that is the from address. We can set the email also, and we can set the carbon copy addresses also for sending the emails. Although this is theoretically easy for sending an email message, actual usage of this function in real world code or in real world script can be far more complex, because we have to set up our own computer to send out the email. Can be a very hard. If we set up our own computer to send out the emails, then it is very hard to implement, right? Second, you should take some steps to prevent the malicious people from trying to use your forms to send out the spam. Suppose you have created a website, suppose you have created a web page where you have provided this email sending facility, then there might be a case that some malicious people, some notorious people will use your web page, will use your form to send out the spam messages to the different users. So this is again the problem. So although theoretically it is very easy to send although it is theoretically very easy to simulate the email feature in PHP, the actual implementation of this function in real world code can be much more complex. So in this lecture we have seen how HTML forms and PHP interacts with each other. handling the HTML forms with PHP. So here we have seen, instead of using the two separate scripts for displaying and processing of form data, we can incorporate both in a single script. Then we have seen how to send the emails in PHP, how to send the emails in using the PHP. In the next lecture, we will see the file types and the files in PHP.